where were you and what were the things we're kind of trying to fix?
Yeah, so I mean, when I started training, my goal was always to bulk up and get a little, a little bit bigger and beefier, I guess.
Yeah,
I kind of always felt and still sometimes feel that I was, skinny, too skinny.
yeah,
So I think when I was training on my own, I guess a lot of the times you sort of just look at the people around you and what they're doing, and you sort of, kind of copy it and carry on, and kind of, think or feel like you're doing it the right way.
sure.
Um, because you see how everyone else is doing it. Sort of, you kind of carry on
Blind
and
leading
you
the
try.
blind, eh? Every day.
Yeah, yeah, the bro science is real.
Yeah. So I guess for you is the idea of just being able to work with someone to know, or at least have the confidence of knowing you're doing the right thing. Because I guess for a lot of people, right, you look around and you see how many variances of an exercise there are, and you don't really know what fits your structure or your body at that time.
Yeah, and I mean, so I guess when I think about before I started training with you, so I was kind of carrying on my own, and I remember always looking at Damien, for instance,
Yeah.
because I was working with him in the same office as well. You could see the difference, just in his shape and his overall well-being, and um, how it changed, from week to week,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that kind of inspired me, and I kind of then realized that actually, you know, um, getting a trainer would be really beneficial in actually, affecting the changes that I wanted,
Yeah.
in
Sure.
terms of, kind of gaining and stuff.
Yeah, and being Damien being someone that obviously had been in that program before, right? So it's just watching, obviously, gets those changes in a lot of it is making sure that you can see the results are actually coming from the trainer. So I guess
Yeah.
with those first stages, what were the like looking back when we started and what we implemented in the first stages? What were the first bits that you found were really valuable in starting that coaching program?
So what I found the most valuable was actually the actualization or the realization that the way that I thought I was moving was the best, was the way that I should be moving,
Kind of
and
fit for your
actually,
structure, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, so the guidance that you'd been giving us, I actually realized that the way that I thought I moved was probably not the way that I should have been moving.
Mm.
So actually focusing on posture, the movement, just in general, like activation of the muscles and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I felt was very important, and I actually think that was the biggest thing that I learned.
Yeah, cool. So I guess putting a bit of numbers on the table, like obviously it's great to know that there's that confidence in how to move your body structurally, what that does. From a numbers standpoint, I guess everybody cares about like what that looks like in the way of stats. So like in the time we work together, how much have you put on, or what's the results have you got there?
So I feel like in the time that I've been training with you, like I've gone from 69 kgs up to 85. Like I feel like that was quite a good significant gain.
Yeah,
And so I've been on the 85, 86 for the last couple of months or so. Yeah, like I'm
but
really
it's kind
happy
of
with
now
it.
it's nailing the nutrition and kind of going that next step, right? So like
Yeah,
with Jacob, I think it was a bit of a it was obviously adjusting things throughout the plan, making sure that we were nailing the training. Obviously, you chuck that nutrition on top, and I think you saw that value right from being able to adjust your nutrition to the way you're training. Gave you that next step to know, like one, you had the energy daily. I guess I don't want to say it for you, but it was just making sure that you have that that next step. Once we brought the nutrition on top, it kind of took that training to the next level. Eh?
yeah. I mean, the food was a struggle for me at the beginning. I was pretty lazy with it, I'll be honest.
Mm.
Um, but when I actually did start fixing that, like about 4 or 5 months ago now, yeah, I definitely noticed that
Yeah,
improvement, and it feels like now I'm gearing up more,
yeah, yeah.
to make more gains.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. I guess well, overall, 16 kilos is done all right, eh? I guess last one then on there would just be like, what would you say to someone sitting on the fence? Obviously, you've been in that position before where you're thinking about working with a coach. What is it for you that kind of made you tip over the edge, other than seeing the results of some of the clients being in the program before?
Well, so for me, actually, probably the big thing was seeing the results that Damien had made, that he achieved in the time that he was with you. Realizing as well that actually he was in the older age bracket as well, and of course I'm nearing that same sort of age bracket. I think that kind of provided a sense of urgency for me that I needed to sort of start doing something about it now. Because if I let it another couple of years, it would be too late probably. And it would be a lot more effort, I guess, to be able to achieve the same kind of results.
Yeah, for sure. I think like daily, and I literally get this every time I get on a call, like every day, there's always someone that's we can give it another couple months, or we can give it another 6 months, and it becomes next summer, next winter, and it's just that delayed process of like how long until you really just take action and make a difference. So I think a lot of that value is people see that there's value in working with a coach, right? There's results there, but it's that ability to actually just take action on the program. But obviously, results of past clients make a difference.
Definitely, but I mean, it's the results that you achieve from the work that you do, but it's also the coach that you have. So you also know your clients, and you know what works for different people.
Yeah, no, I always say, I have this conversation just before, is that first month is always learning about the client and learning like how to do that program, because I think a lot of coaches do get into that cycle of being like, I know this works for me, so I'm going to use it with all my clients, regardless of how they work. So, no, it's really good.